Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second season of Tell Me Dad. In this season, we will be asking my dad all questions that we have about life. These can be questions about career, personal development, or relationships, or whatever we can think of. So if you're interested in what my dad has to share this time, then stay tuned. Hello, Dad.
Hi, son. How are you?
I'm very good. How are you?
Oh, well, not bad at all. How is the weather at the moment in Dublin?
Right now, it's actually not too bad. We have a little bit of blue sky, no rain, which is good.
Ooh.
It's rare, but it's good.
So you are ahead of us. Here it's pretty dark and rainy, and so it's not so good. It's I hate that type of weather. I'm looking forward to summertime, sunshine, and all right. So, what question did you think of this time?
I think it's
I
quite
hope
an
it's going to be an
interesting.
easy one.
I don't know. I don't know. For sure, it's interesting. Um, and I think it's this time it might be okay that mom actually left the room. Because what I wanna ask you today is when you were young. I don't know for sure, but I can imagine that you were quite successful with the girls. So I wanted to ask
Oops.
you what was your secret to dating when you were young.
Oh, wow. That's an easy question.
Yeah, there you go.
but but I mean, since we have like a million people listen to that podcast,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna tell you all the details.
Of course, of
So
course.
so well my oh my um first of all first of all um uh, I was kind of spoiled, I mean, it's
Okay.
well, it's not that I wanted to date a girl because I needed a girl that night.
Yeah.
It's just it's well yes, in my early days, let's say between 17 and 22, 23, that particular age. Um, it was actually a great time. It was
Okay.
the like Saturday Night Fever time,
Yeah.
dancing time, disco fox. I
Yeah.
just loved it. And I was pretty good at that. Pretty good at that. And this movie that came out, Saturday Night Fever, with John
Yeah.
Travolta, and
Yeah.
and it was like a disease here. I mean, we had in my hometown in Düren, we had like, I would say, easy 15 discotheques,
Wow.
but size-wise, all pretty big, and all with a big dance floor, and especially at that time, it was this BG music, Saturday Night Fever music, and
Yeah.
and it was almost like the movies. I mean, Saturday afternoon, you put on the Ritz, your dancing dress,
Yeah.
your black pants and your shirt with big collars,
Yeah.
and it was kind of, when you think about this today, it's so
Yeah.
silly.
Yeah.
But anyway, it was so funny, um, and well, well, girls, they like to dance with me because I
Okay,
was
good.
not well, I was not so clumsy,
Yeah.
because because a lot of girls with the other guys, the next morning they had to go to the doctor to fix all the
Okay.
bruises on their feet,
Yeah.
so well, I was practicing all the time, and I was really good at dancing, and girls like that, and um, so one secret is probably don't drink too much,
Okay.
because, well, if you drink too much, I mean, the buddies I was with, the first thing they did when they got into that discotheque, they killed like 3, 4 beers,
Yeah.
but it was probably not because they were so thirsty, it
Yeah.
was probably just to become easy,
Yeah.
to become easy, to cool down and to have a little bit more guts, when I want to
Yeah.
talk to a girl. But I really didn't do that, I was not that much into beer anyway at that time. I rather had a nice drink, like a gin tonic or something
Yeah.
like that. But not too much alcohol. And because girls didn't like that. I discovered that at a pretty early stage. But I'm not going to tell you that the story about that. It's um, just girls don't like guys that are kind of halfway drunk. So it's no good.
Yeah, sure.
Then at that age, to be a good dancer. Well, but again, what I'm telling you now is more than 50 years ago. It
Sure.
was a different world, different time. These days, um, I don't even know that there is a discotheque in Düren
Yeah.
left. There is nothing. Here in Wegberg, nothing.
Nothing. No, not at
There
all.
is, well, the point is, if you want to go dancing and have some fun on a Saturday night or Friday night, the next place here from Wegberg is like 30 kilometers away,
Yeah.
Himmerich,
Yeah.
which is in a industrial area. They built these big cubicles
Yeah.
and put all the technology in there, big dance floor and all the crystal balls and all that crap. And dancing is different today than it used to be uh, 50 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, first you ask a girl to go dancing on dance floor, and then if you were lucky, she was impressed about your dancing capabilities,
Yeah.
because well, what I noticed was that girls were much better in dancing than the guys. The guys were kind of clumsy, and to be a good dancer, it takes this feeling for rhythm. This
Yeah.
you have to go with the flow. Don't really think too much about it. Just go with the flow, and it works perfectly. So, and at that time, it was like 3, 4, 5 songs, Saturday Night Fever and Disco Fox, and then came the Slow Fox.
Ah,
And
okay.
yeah, and that was, if you had passed the tests during that
Yeah.
Disco Fox, then if the girl was nice and there was a certain amount of sympathy there, um, you had a chance to do 2, 3 dances, Slow Fox, and then you started talking, and again, never give any bullshit to the girls,
Yeah.
like what great guy you are, and the car that you're driving and all that. No, they listen to bullshit like that all the time.
Yeah.
It was much better to be kind of humble, you
Yeah.
know, and and rather talk about her than about you. And so, I mean, this concept, it worked out pretty well, and I must say, I really enjoyed that time very much, because it was it was just the feeling of freedom, so it was just great, and I love to dance. At that
Yeah.
time, it was just great. I mean, unfortunately, your mom is not such a good dancer. She doesn't
Really?
really. Well,
Okay.
yeah, but I mean, I'm lucky that she's not in the room here.
Yeah.
She would probably kill me. Um, but you see, there are girls that really go with the flow, that just let you guide her through that music, and that's beautiful, and well, some girls are kind of clumsy, or were kind of clumsy, and then you had to hold her a little bit tighter and just guide her through that dancing sequence, but anyway, so one secret how to get close to a girl, if you want to call it that way, um, was dancing, and then of course talking, but talking not the macho stuff.
Yeah.
This is something that I noticed at a very early stage that only a certain type of women or girl, they went for the macho stuff,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
the real nice girls, and well, they were kind of picky, so they didn't even dance with everybody, they were
Hmm.
watching the dance floor, and if there was a guy that was kind of clumsy and just stepping on the girl's feet all the time,
Yeah.
they didn't have a chance. But the real nice girls, it it didn't take them long to really discover the guys that they wanted to dance with. So anyway, so after the dancing, talking, and go to the bar and have a drink, and if you were lucky, she would accept a date
Hmm.
during the week in a cafe or whatever. Well, in Turin, that was funny, We had a, I mean, you're gonna laugh now because
Yeah.
it's so outdated.
Yeah.
It's typical 80s, We had a what they called a dairy bar, so like a milk. They only had milk
Okay.
products,
Yeah.
and so what I did quite often is I invited these girls to have a milkshake at this dairy bar.
I
It was
think
in a
that's great.
park.
Yeah.
It was beautiful,
Yeah.
beautiful park in Düren. Today it has all changed. It's all
Yeah. Sure.
commercialized, and there are um, so and just the romantic atmosphere in that dairy bar. It had a little American touch,
Yeah. Yeah.
and the bit of rock and roll music in the background, and sitting there, um, having a milkshake and just talking. I mean, for hours, sometimes for hours,
Yeah.
and it was a pretty good concept uh, to get closer, and let's say to reach your goal. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
but I don't want to go too much into details,
Yeah.
because it wouldn't be fair for the girls. Anyway, so that was actually the way I was dating the girls, and there was not much to it, and there is not much that you can really talk about. Um, it was a great time. I'm an old rock and roller anyway.
Yeah.
So that time was just great. And when I came to the United States, uh, also totally different time. The early '80s. Um, the bars that they had. A lot of bars in Detroit with live music. Well, it was Motown. Motown, it
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
the place where music was made. The heart of the center of the world when it came to good music. A lot of black music, of course, and soul music.
Yeah.
And there was also the very similar. It was just great, but. But anyway, so to meet people, these bars are just great. Today, yeah, life has changed so much, and when I talk to younger people, and we're talking about how to meet people, how to meet someone these days, because um, it used to be in Germany that, well, in many cases, people meet at their work.
Yeah.
This is kind of outdated,
Yeah.
because first of all, the employers, they don't like it.
Yeah.
No personal relationships at work, and the discotheques or dancing clubs, they all disappeared. So there is not much room for that, and that's it. I mean, on the street, on the street, or in a department store, it's kind of difficult, to get
Yeah.
in touch with someone. So a lot of people, they go for these dating platforms,
Yeah.
dating sites. I'm not really hip about that. I mean, on the other hand, I mean, your mom's cousin. Uh,
Yeah.
she is a great girl.
Yeah.
She has a beautiful job. She makes real good money, drives a great car. She looks beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And well, she uses dating platforms, but what she comes up with once in a while is just rubbish. It's just
Yeah.
I mean, it takes the first date and that's it. And there is no second date. And when you tell her, well, you have to go to one of these well, exclusive platforms, these good ones. There are some available, uh, and but they cost money. You have to join them, and you have to pay like a down payment to join them, and then you have to pay a monthly fee. But the big advantage is you can actually specify your own profile.
Yeah.
In their database, they look for someone to match. And I think this is not a bad concept, but it has nothing to do with romantic
No, no, not at all.
romantic dating and meeting people. And so, I mean, my philosophy is that these days, um, well, probably you're going to meet someone someday, and if not, then not. I mean, you cannot force that.
Yeah.
But one thing that is for sure, it's better to stay alone than be with the wrong partner.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have
100%.
to tell
Yeah.
you that it,
Yeah.
it is it is not very very satisfying. It is just um, it's terrible. So and I speak from experience.
Yeah.
So um, it's better to be alone or to be with friends once in a while than to have the wrong person in your neck. It's just terrible, and it can be very expensive. And I'm
Yeah.
speaking from experience
Yeah. Yeah, you do.
again.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
yeah, life has really changed.
yeah,
I've tried these platforms as well, but for guys, it's a lot more difficult
yeah,
to be successful on that. For women, it's quite easy. Um, so yeah, I'm not a big fan. Just doesn't work for me. Um, yeah, regarding dancing, I mean, now I'm sad that I wasn't born closer to the 80s because it sounds like great fun back then. Um,
I tell you,
yeah,
it
because
was
today
it was
today
great.
today it's different. You go to a club,
Yeah,
sure, but let's be real, no one can dance. The music is what, house music, techno music.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
you just, I don't know, you just bounce around.
Yeah,
That's it.
right. This is not really
And you,
dancing.
you you cannot talk to people. It's so loud. You cannot talk
Yeah,
to people. So
yeah.
yeah, it sounds like it was more fun back in the day.
It was. It was. Well, you see, when I was traveling the world, I also went to Argentina,
Yeah,
and I still remember that weekend in Buenos Aires. I was visiting a friend of mine, and he showed me the city, and great city, beautiful. And I mean, there is always music in the air, and it's of course tango.
sure.
And they have so many tango bars, and when you take a look at that, and there are always people dancing.
Yeah.
but so smooth, so nice, so I mean it just flows, there is not one wrong step, and you can really see they enjoy that. It's romantic pure.
Yeah.
And this is in these industrial countries like Germany. This is just it's different. And these dancing parlors or dancing clubs or discotheques is, well, in the bigger cities, in Düsseldorf or Cologne, and of course they have these big um, clubs where like 1,000 people fit in easily, and music is extremely loud, and you
Yeah.
cannot really
Yeah.
talk.
You cannot talk. No.
You cannot talk, and then uh, when you look at the dance floor, as you said, people are just bouncing around.
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
is no dancing, and it's. I mean, when you see a girl and you ask her to go dancing on the dance floor, and you bounce around like
Yeah.
crazy. I
Just
mean,
bounce.
you don't have a chance
No.
to get in contact somehow,
No.
and and why should she date with you? I mean,
Yeah.
there must be a reason for that. So it's so unpersonal these days, and I must say that well, 70s, 80s, it was in that regard, it was a great decade. Well, the 80s was a great decade,
Yeah.
and it was just fun. And it was so uncomplicated,
Yeah.
and it was
Yeah.
so romantic. It was just great.
Yeah.
And this experience with young people these days now, I don't think that young people are making that type of experience.
Yeah.
They go with their dating platforms, and okay, most of the young people have a mobile phone as a friend anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, well, that's it. When you look around, you just need to go step into a bus here.
Yeah.
Step into a bus and look at the young people. They all have their mobile in their hand.
Sure. Yeah.
And they are talking to the mobile, or watching something. And this uh, um, these human contacts. It's just missing. This factor is missing.
Yeah.
And it's a shame. It's a real shame. I mean, what can you say about it? That's it. So
Yeah.
I think you are making the same experience. When you go
Sure.
to a club, loud music, drinking, and bouncing around on the dance floor.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But you see, it's how
That's
how
why
can you?
I don't do it that often because yeah, I don't really like it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what I also was pretty good at
Yeah.
is, and a lot of my friends that just couldn't do that because they were kind of hesitating and ashamed, and so if I saw a girl that from a visual point of view, that
Yeah.
I liked,
Yeah.
I just went to her and I
Yeah.
just started talking to her, and
Yeah.
I didn't have any problem with that. You have to kind of be beyond that stage where you kind of hesitate and think too much about it. I mean, just go there and say something nice,
Yeah.
not like, oh, you have blue eyes, this
Yeah.
is nice.
Yeah.
This
Okay.
bullshit.
Sure.
This is
Yeah.
bullshit. It's got to be something more sexy.
Yeah.
And and yeah, and uh, girls, at least at that time, and even today, I think girls like that. They like that
Yeah.
because if you say the right thing, the right sentence, you
Yeah.
never have a second chance to make a first impression. If your
Yeah.
first impression hits the bullseye right
Yeah.
there, you got
Yeah.
it made. You got it made.
Yeah.
She starts listening and she starts
Yeah.
talking, and uh, uh, you see what? what what I used to say quite often is a nice comment about their dress or
Yeah.
about their the hand. Oh, that's a great handbag. Is there a Louis Vuitton handbag? And yeah, that's I just have it 2 weeks and look here and there. So
Yeah.
you must admit Louis Vuitton. Okay, they are not that cheap, but wow, they are just quality wise the best you can get, And yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, and blah blah blah. And you are in business.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's you just have to find the right subject, and then you are in business. But um, just talking to someone,
Yeah.
and at
Yeah,
a
that's a
certain
skill that
stage,
not a lot of people have.
no,
Just going up and talking to
you are
someone.
right. You are right. A lot of
Yeah.
even if they say, "Wow, look at that girl sitting all alone uh, at that table in a cafe, for instance."
Yeah.
At that table, she's drinking a latte macchiato and she's reading a book, and she might have a boyfriend or not.
Yeah.
Let's find out.
Yeah.
And well, it's kind of a challenge. It's kind of a challenge. And what do you have to lose?
Yeah,
If
nothing.
she doesn't like you, she's gonna say, well, uh, buddy, I mean, I just want to read that book here and drink my coffee, and
Yeah.
that's it. I mean, nice try, but
Yeah.
I'm not interested. And
Yeah.
then you can apologize for bothering her, blah blah. Nice. There are also nice sentences. That might even turn the whole thing around.
Sure. Yeah.
But it's the capability of communicating
Yeah.
is. Well, it's kind of lost. The younger generation. I have the feeling uh, they learn a lot. They pick up a lot of know-how and data input, but how to communicate with other people
Yeah.
with a certain goal in mind. You know, they they can't do that anymore. They are
Yeah.
kind of lost, and this is a shame because. Um, Communication is important is
Yeah.
important so when I was working in the States with Dr. Kutz, he was a psychologist doing that management coaching, and he really knew how to handle people, and he could give you good advice, and for him, even at work, how to communicate,
Yeah.
it makes a hell of a difference. And that is the same thing in private life. If you approach someone, the first 5-10 seconds will make will make a difference. A
Yeah. Sure.
difference, yes or no. And but this is today. So the only way to really meet someone, otherwise. Still, occasionally at work, probably you meet someone, but then you
Sure.
have to kind of hide it, because the other
Yeah.
guys or girls they shouldn't know, because it might be of your disadvantage when there is a relationship between two people working in the same company. Employers don't like that. And
Yeah.
I mean, there is no big dancing anymore, and
Yeah. Sadly.
well, the only thing left is communication,
Yeah.
or you go to a what is it called, you join a club,
Sure.
a club like a gymnastic club or dancing club, or but you see the people that you see there, it's also kind of limited, so it's traveling is also a good thing, to date people. And I must tell you, the most interesting people
Yeah.
the most interesting people I really met when I was traveling the world,
Sure. Yeah.
and it was just so great, to meet someone, to sit there. I was once sitting. I was visiting United Airlines in California, and near San Francisco. And my distributor, he had made a reservation in a small town near San Francisco. The name of the town was Los Gatos,
Ah, the cats.
the cats, Los Gatos. And I was sitting there, a beautiful place, very romantic, nice place. And at a later date, I heard that a lot of people from LA that were in the movie industry,
Yeah.
they go up there for a weekend, and because that hotel that offered, of course, all kind of features like the tennis and this and that and
Yeah.
whatever. So and I was sitting there at the bar, and it was like 9, 10 o'clock, and there was a lady coming in, and later on I learned who that really was. It was a very famous actor from uh, L.A. from Hollywood, and she was also working as a model. And we were sitting next to each other, and we started talking, and it just went on. And they kicked us
Okay.
out the bar at about 1 o'clock. The waiter said twice. He said, "Come on, guys, it's now last call. It's
Yeah.
really
Okay.
last call."
Yeah.
Well, it was one of the most beautiful days in my life, to be quite honest.
Really? Wow.
Um, well, I mean, to meet to meet a person where you feel a. I mean, that was before I know your mom.
Sure.
I must say that.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
To meet a person where you have that feeling that there is a very strong relationship on a kind of a soul basis. So it was a great experience, a great lady, absolutely beautiful, and I don't want to mention any name now,
Sure.
but it was a great evening, and I must say. We didn't talk about her job. We didn't talk
Yeah.
about my job. It was just talk about the world,
Yeah.
about this and that and what have you, and that was great. I mean, at that time, I mean, she was single, she said, and I was uh, um, in a very unhappy relationship at that time already. And so, yeah, we also talked about relationships and this and that, or what have you, and so on. But now I have to cut that
Yeah.
because
Sure.
otherwise I would say something that I would regret.
Yeah.
So,
All good.
anyway, so to get back to your basic question is well, to date people, to date girls in at that age, or at that time when I was I mean, just leaving the teeny age and
Yeah.
growing into the young man's age, it was so different from today. And I mean, when you hit that dance floor and you felt like John Travolta,
Yeah.
it was just great. And the girls were always impressed, when there was a good dancer and there were like 3, 4 guys, you could actually see it's their passion.
Yeah.
They have that sense, that feeling for the music. They know how to to move their body, and you won't believe how impressed the girls were. It's
Wow.
unbelievable, unbelievable. That was great. But today, as I said, it's gone. This good old times, they do not exist anymore, and the big places, well, they're also called discotheques, but they are like, I mean, huge,
Yeah.
and you get in there, and you can't say a word, because
Yeah.
you cannot even listen to yourself. It's that loud,
Literally every
and just
time.
jumping people, and then when you look at the dance floor and around, you see these young people when they are, well, they feel like no one is going to notice, but when they open their hands and they get a little pill, and
Yeah.
they take that, well, but it's so silly.
Yeah.
They kind of,
Yeah.
they are missing so much. They are missing the real life.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, it shows they are looking for something.
Yeah.
They're looking for something, and they think, when I take that little blue pill now, well, I get there.
Yeah.
But no, it's just it's they're totally wrong. And if they are really on the wrong trip, they really get addicted to that stuff, and that's not that good. Anyway, so um, that is the big difference that I see between my younger days and today. And it's difficult to give young people a recommendation what they should do to meet someone. I think i think if you are open-minded, if you are an honest and good person, um, and if you are polite, and don't say any bullshit all the time, if you know how to communicate, sooner or later there will be someone.
Yeah.
Because because the girls with a certain niveau, with a certain level, they have, well, let's be honest, they have the same problem.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they have the same problem. They don't want a guy every night and every week, and no, they are also looking for that
Yeah.
person that
Sure.
they want to live with. It's same thing, and and sooner or later it's going to click. I'm quite sure about
Yeah.
that.
Sure. Sure.
Yeah. Alrighty.
That was a lot of
So,
fun.
well, young man, it's a touchy subject, but it shows how, well, I almost forgot about that time,
Yeah.
because it's so long ago. And but it shows how the world has changed. The
Yeah.
world has changed,
Yeah.
So um, these nice places, these places where the human being, the person, was in the center of what was going on. This is gone.
Yeah.
This is totally gone. Today it's so commercialized. Everything is so commercialized. So it's well, it's crazy. But anyway, life will go on, and people still gonna meet, and the next generation will be born, and
Sure.
it's can you say so? My dear son, I I'm gonna help your mom now a little bit with decorating the house. We have
Sure.
already done a lot of stuff. You're gonna
Yeah.
be
She sent me
impressed
all the
when,
pictures. Yeah.
yeah, is that right?
Yeah.
It's, well, she kept me busy. I mean, the whole week
Sure.
I was always looking for that one day when I could just kind of relax a little bit.
Yeah.
No chance, no chance,
Yeah.
and could you do this? Could please go? Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Could you do, please? It would look so. I say, hey, we have just the beginning of November.
Yeah.
It's November.
Yeah.
We have like a month to go.
Yeah.
And and then she's sneaky. She says, well,
Yeah.
if if you if you don't do it now, in 1 or 2 weeks you can't do it because you're going to get your left hand, this
Yeah.
carpal tunnel surgery. You have that done, and then for 2 weeks you cannot do anything here. So it's better for
Yeah.
you to have
Exactly.
that done now.
Yeah.
And so, well, but it looks nice. It looks all nice, and I hope you're gonna like it when you're gonna be
Oh
here.
yeah,
I'm
for
looking
sure.
forward when you're gonna be here, and we're gonna make our own Glühwein
Yeah.
with our secret recipe.
Of course.
Our
Yeah.
secret recipe. Well, it's so tasty. It's so much better than the stuff that you can buy in bottles. So it's no good. I still remember Glühwein. I have a nice memory regarding that. A good friend of mine, um, I was at a board meeting in Chicago, and our chairman of the board, he just went through a pretty nasty surgery, and after the board meeting, we had kind of a quick dinner, and he and we sneaked out, and we walked over Michigan Avenue, and uh, and I said, "Hey, you know that there is a Christmas market here in Chicago?" And he said, "No, you'll find that only in Germany."
Yeah.
No, I said, "He is a Christkindl market."
Yeah.
And it's right here, direction Sears Tower, and it's
Yeah.
right there. It's beautiful. And he said, "Come on, show me." So we walked like 2, 3 blocks, and that was it. There
Yeah.
was it. This big place, and just like in Germany, a real Christkindl market.
Yeah.
And they even sold the stuff that they are selling here in Germany, like the bratwurst on a
Yeah.
roll, and these potato pancakes, Reibekuchen,
Yeah. Yeah.
and Glühwein. They sold Glühwein.
It's great.
And I was standing at that one little stand, and I ordered two Glühwein in German, and the lady was also German.
Oh,
She said,
okay.
"Yeah,
Okay.
of course, yeah, gonna get you." And then the guy behind me, I mean, real American, he was
Yeah.
probably from Texas.
Yeah.
And he said, "Well, lady, I also gonna get two Glühwein beer, please."
Yeah.
And it was so funny. But you can't laugh in a situation like
Yeah.
this. I mean, Glühweinbier, yeah. But that was funny. So we had our Glühwein, and about 6 months later, the poor guy died.
That's
It
crazy.
was
Wow.
yeah, he had this cancer of pancreas.
Yeah. Well.
He had this Whipple operation done, but in the best hospital there is worldwide in Boston, and no chance, no
Yeah.
chance. And then he showed me a picture of his son and him.
Yeah.
And his son, he just made his I think it was bachelor or master, with this nice little
Yeah.
hat, this square hat.
The head.
And
Yeah.
him aside, and they were both smiling. And at that time, that second, I
Yeah.
had this picture in my mind, you and I standing there the
Yeah.
same way, and we did it.
And now we did it.
We
Yeah.
did it. We did it. We did it. Yeah, yeah. It's not that long ago, what, 6 months ago or something like that. Not
Yeah.
not
Not
even.
even. Not even. Yeah.
Not even. Yeah, three, four
Like
months.
4 months ago. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. These are the great moments in life.
Yeah.
These are the great moments in life. All right. So, Sam, okay. I mean, now we kind of got away from the main
Oh, it's
subject,
okay.
but
That's okay.
I think this is also important that you are not just fixed on one point,
Yeah.
and you really try to find another thing to talk about
Yeah.
related to that particular point. Sometimes you drive away and you talk about this and that and what have you, and that makes it so fun. That makes
Sure.
it so fun. And I was thinking about when you were asking me all the time, and that you have to write a book. Come
Yeah.
on, write
Yeah.
a book, a book.
Yeah.
Well, if I would have entered all we are talking about into
Yeah.
that book,
Yeah.
I mean, we were not talking about, oh, we are not talking about one book, we are
Yeah.
talking about like 20 books,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
because it's so much, and you're probably gonna get to know me better, and I am actually looking back to my own life,
Yeah.
and I'm kind of reliving a lot of these situations, and that is so valuable. That's priceless.
Yeah.
That's so great,
True.
and sometimes I'm sitting downstairs with your mom, and she says, "Well, what did you guys talk about today?" And I said, "Well, about this and that, what have you." And and then we are sitting there for another 2, 3, 4 hours
Yeah.
just talking about this time, and it's so refreshing. It's so nice. It's so good. That's life. That
Yeah.
is life. Well, it's better than sitting in front of a television and just
True.
let other people entertain you. So that's I don't really believe in that anyway.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So I'm looking forward. Your mom and I, we made the decision that we're gonna see you over the Carnival days. We're gonna leave Carnival here. German Carnival is, well, it's not that what it used to be. I mean,
Yeah.
Carnival in
Yeah.
Germany. Well, Carnival in Rio de Janeiro was much nicer, believe
Yeah.
me. And we're gonna come to see you again. We're gonna drive you nuts again on a weekend.
Perfect.
And before that, for Christmas, you're going to be here for 2 weeks. That is something something that I'm really looking forward to. And as I said, good food, good drinks, nice glass of wine, preparing our own blue wine,
Yeah.
and a lot of other things. And that'll be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward.
True.
All right, son, I would say we filled our time freight pretty well
Yeah.
today. And say hello to the guys in Dublin.
I will.
And by the way, I met one of your colleagues when we were waiting for you in that little cafe
Yeah.
the
No,
day
that
we
was Molly.
left. That was Molly.
Yeah.
She's so cute. She's so nice.
Yeah.
It's
You met Molly? Yeah.
amazing. She's yeah. Molly.
Yeah.
Typical Irish name.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but she's very Irish. She's North Side, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
It's amazing. But she was so polite, so nice, and great. Hey, my name is Molly.
Yeah.
Yeah, great. So, okay, son, take care. All the
You too.
best. And don't do anything I wouldn't do. Okay.
Exactly.
All right.
Perfect. See you next
Okay,
time.
bye bye. See you next time.
Thank you everyone for listening to this episode. If you're interested in what my dad has to share next time, then make sure to tune in again next week. And if you have any questions that you want my dad to answer, then please feel free to send them to us. Hope to see you next week. Bye bye.